Hi, and welcome to week 6. So, I want to share an overview of what we are going to do for week 6, and I'm going to share my screen so you can see. Let's see. Here we go. So, week 6, module 6 is on culture, culture and disability, and continuing our look at working with families. So, I am hoping that I will look through everyone's fieldwork brochures, and we will be able to, in module 7, use those fieldwork brochures. So, be on the lookout next week for an opportunity to embed them into our participation activity and what we do. So, giving you a sneak peek for that. So, there are some readings. There's the reading by Bradley and Cabrera on inclusion and culture, and specifically culture and inclusion in childcare settings related to children who are struggling or demonstrating um, challenging behavior. So this is a very interesting and thoughtful article, um, and I look forward to your insights and connections. We have the Bradshaw article about early intervention and working with children 0 to 3, and how to be culturally responsive and work with diverse families when working with children 0 to 3. And then we also have Lamoury, which really looks at um, families' cultural views of special education and disability and how that might come into play when working with diverse families. And some people shared this in their reflections papers about how families, their own families, or families they may know have different experiences of disability. Oh, she's special just the way she is. God made her that way, right? And people, or we're going to take her to the shaman and the shaman, excuse me, and they will heal her. These are important things for us to think about. We also have a video on family engagement, and so I invite you to look at this video, what effective family engagement could look like. And then there's a reading from Baxter and Mahoney. It is a website, and full disclosure, it is written from a Canadian perspective. However, it is a very good description of working with families from diverse cultures and their views of disability. So I strongly suggest that you take a deep dive, and actually might move that to be the first reading for this module. There is the note-taking form, and then there's the participation task related to culture. I have also included the interview paper that you are going to do. It is not due this week, it is due the 15th. However, you might want to think about and start thinking about who you're going to interview. The guidelines for the paper are here, the protocol for interviewing someone, the interview questions, and a sample paper are here. I will do a video so that you have that. But just so you know, what are the guidelines, and I will do a separate video. You are going to interview one person. You can either interview a person who has a child involved in special education, so the parent or guardian of a child, uh, who is currently receiving special education services, someone who works um, in a program related to special education. So, as a teacher, a para, a teacher assistant, an occupational therapist, physical therapist, speech therapist, special instruction itinerant teacher, someone who works in that role, or another role connected to special education. And then the third person that you can interview is someone who received special education services when were in school, but they have to be over the age of 18 now. So if you have a 16-year-old cousin who had an IEP, unfortunately, they are not old enough to be interviewed. So this just gives you an idea, and I will add some more information here and post a video so that you're clear on what that is, what this assignment is. And it is not due until the 15th. And if you're struggling to find someone, you can always reach out and let me know, and I can help you connect someone. So I look forward to reviewing your thoughtful responses. I hope you have a great week. And thank you to those who were able to join me at the February 28th Joy is Resistance workshop on um, anti-Black racism. It was a very powerful, moving event, and part of your participation task connects to that. I commit that we will continue doing this work, and we will do this work in ECE 410. So there are questions, and there will continue to be questions related to anti-Black racism. So thank you for those who joined yesterday. I'm glad some people were able to attend. I know not everyone could attend, um, but it was wonderful to see those who could, and know that we will continue to dive into this very important topic in our work together. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Be well.